Hello, people. Good evening. Glad to be finally recording another video again. So today I want to teach you something. I've read over 10 books on time management, productivity, and just being able to be indestructible. And in this video, I'm going to share 7 things I've learned from all of these books. I've read countless of them. Deep Work by Cal Newport, Indestructible by Neil Earl, Getting Things Done by David Allen, um, Indestructible by Neil Earl. I've read 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman. I've read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and several other books. So here are 7 lessons that I found very instrumental in these books that are going to be helpful for you and for your life. So, first one is this. Always decide. Know your intention and your purpose from the beginning. Knowing your purpose and your intention is very key. A lot of people say they want to manage their time, they want to do better, they want to be able to just be more productive. But there's always one problem. They don't even know what they want to do or what they need to do. And that's a big problem. So in order for you to be productive, one of the most important things, and I think the most important thing of all, is for you to be intentional. It's for you to understand the purpose of that thing. It's for you to decide early. Productivity is all about deciding. It's all about choosing. It's all about saying yes and no to things. So the first thing and the most important one is to decide your intention, decide your goal. Number 2 is write it down. Write it down. Research has shown that just by writing down your goals, you are 60% more likely to achieve them. Yeah, just by writing down your goal, just by getting a sheet of paper and penning down and saying, I want to do this, I want to do this, you are 60% more likely to achieve that goal than if you have not written it down. The best, most productive people I've read about and I've seen are people who usually wake up in the morning and write out their schedule for the day in the morning. They write out a list of things they hope to achieve, a list of items that they hope to do during the day. So, write the things you need to do down. Write it down. Number 3 is rest. Rest is very key. Sleep. Yeah. In fact, there's a whole book on sleep. It's titled Why We Sleep by Mighty Walker. The whole science is even the most productive people, the most successful people, the people who we think are not actually supposed to be sleeping, actually sleeping a lot. Because sleep is fundamentally part of productivity. The brain, the human body is limited. There's only so much and so far that you can go. It gets to a limit that everything breaks down and stops. So you need rest and you need sleep in order to pick up again. So rest adequately. Rest in the best way that is possible for your system. Do not miss an opportunity to rest. A lot of people think they are machines. They claim that they can go on days on end. But you know what? Research has shown that for every hour of sleep that you miss, you pay back that twice in productivity. And for every time you pretend that you don't need to rest in order to work, you can actually do more if you're rested. So get enough rest. Rest is important for your productivity. So if you want to be more productive, rest. Rest is key. Number 4 is use alarm and calendar. A very wise man, Randy Pausch, said something. He said the most productive people are the people who know where they need to be next week Thursday at exactly this specific time. Just think about that. 1 week later, you have already projected what you want to do. You've written down in the calendar, you've written in the schedule. You know what this does for you? It does 2 things. Number 1 is your brain is allocating another function to another thing, which is freeing up your attention space to do other things that you may need the brain for. The brain is not good for remembering. It is good for thinking. So by the time you remove these things and put them on a calendar, on a sheet of paper, especially a calendar, nearly all phones today have calendars. By the time you put it in a calendar, you've allowed the brain to rest. You've given the task to your phone. So your phone is doing the task for you while your brain is allowed to think. So use calendars and schedules so that you can be able to place in things that you need to do. I met a wise man who used to fix his schedule. He shifted his clock to be 30 minutes ahead of time. So when he's supposed to be in a place, it's always when he's supposed to be in a place, his clock is going to be showing him that he's 30 minutes late, he's 30 minutes ahead of normal people's schedule. So what it means is that he's never late to any activity, any schedule he has, or any appointment, because he's always 30 minutes ahead. That's the power of calendar and schedules. Use that. Number 5 is journaling. Journal things. Write down your thoughts. Write down the things. Creativity is a fragile thing. Work is very fragile. So, the ability for you to write down and journal your thoughts and activities for the day, and journal the things you were able to achieve and why you were able to achieve them, is going to help you think and reflect by the end of the day. By the end of the year, you can look at your calendar on this day, let's say 6 January, and because you have journaled what you did on that day, you can be able to tell yourself, oh, on 6 January, I was able to do this, and this is why I was able to do this, or this is why I was not able to do this. Then you take the appropriate actions, and you change. And you know the funny thing? In the productivity realm, you are the biggest and the most important specimen available for this research. You need a level of awareness that you need to study yourself, to know how your system works, to know how best things fit for you. I've been reading about creativity for years, productivity, and one of the things I found out is what works for one person may not work for another person. So you need journaling in order to know what are the things that are working for you. So journal your thoughts. That's very, very, very key. The 6th thing is this, and this is very difficult, especially for the world we live in. Productivity means you're saying no to a lot of things. Yeah. For every time you say yes to something that is not important, you are saying no to something that is very important. You have just 24 hours. If you choose to do something that is not important, if you choose to play a game instead of work, it means you are choosing not to work. If you choose to do Facebook, it means you are choosing not to write. If you choose to do WhatsApp, it means you are choosing not to read. So every time you say yes to an unimportant thing, you are saying no to an important thing. So one of the fastest ways for you to actually get productive is to eliminate things, is to say no, is to delete things intentionally, to intentionally select and say, I am not going to do this. I am not going to go for this wedding. I am not going to go for this program. I am not going to touch. I'm not going to go on Facebook today. I am not going to go on WhatsApp today. You are intentionally selecting the things you're doing. And by saying no, you are freeing up space for very, very important things. So eliminate things. That's very, very key. Number 7 is take care of your environment. Your environment is key. There's nothing as powerful as environment in behavior change, in productivity. Think about it. You're more likely to read if you go to the library. You're more likely to pray if you go to the church. You're more likely to do anything when you're in the proper environment. You're more likely to buy items when you go to the market. So, create an environment that encourages and supports your creativity. Create an environment that encourages and supports what you want to do. Say, for instance, you want to be a writer. Having a table, a clean, neat table with books and pen and everything on it, and light is going to be perfect for you. Let's say you want to create videos. Having your ring light, having a good phone is going to be encouraging to you. So create the proper and right environment for the job, and that is going to make your productivity easier. So these are 7 tips that I've learned from all the books that I've read about productivity, creativity, and time management. I believe that these tools and these things are going to change your life if you implement them. They've changed my life literally. So try them out, and you can check out the books. I've recorded videos on several of the books. Check out them out and enjoy them. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe.